CNN's Jim Acosta was gloriously humiliated as he was forced to take a back seat at President Trump's latest press conference. You're going to absolutely love this. This is Schadenfreude on steroids. We're going to take a look at what happened at the White House the other day and why it is so perfectly appropriate for a news network that has degenerated into the epitome of fake news. You're going to absolutely love it. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you. As always, if you're looking for a daily white pill of encouragement to help you counter all the ridiculous Jim Acosta fake news that's out there from the corporatist globalist media, you've found your oasis. We analyze current events and analyze some super awesome conservative trends so you can live in the present in light of even better things to come. So make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. It'd be an absolute privilege to have you as a regular part of this channel, your daily white pill of unshakable optimism. Now, before we get into the humiliation of Jim Acosta, I am so excited to tell you about what's called the Christendom Curriculum, which is a brand new Christian nationalist homeschool curriculum. The Christendom Curriculum is the homeschool version of this channel's message of hope and optimism that we now have the privilege of passing down to our children. I mean, it's so exciting. The Christendom Curriculum, is a full K-12 homeschool curriculum that gives your kids a solid education in the Bible and the great books of Western civilization. But what makes the Christendom Curriculum truly unique is its emphasis on Christian nationalism and winning the culture wars. And to that end, it is the perfect homeschool curriculum for any fan of this channel. Now, they're offering a crazy low price for a one-year membership for your entire family. So don't wait another minute. Click on that link below or go to ChristendomHomeschool.com to join. Tell them that Dr. Steve sent you. You'll certainly be glad that you did. All right, again, let's dive right in here. This is precisely the kind of thing that makes President Trump so amazing. As you know, the president has been holding daily coronavirus task force press briefings, which are turned into an occasion for the mainstream Marxist media to show their true colors for the whole world to see. We all know here on this channel that the mainstream Marxist media are simply left-wing activists disguised as journalists. But at these press conferences, they basically turn into hecklers disguised as reporters. They've arrogated to themselves the role of mocking and ridiculing and deriding our president during a national emergency. And as a result, their poll numbers, frankly, couldn't be more dismal. Even before the coronavirus, we have polls that show that over 70% of the public believes that the mainstream Marxist media knowingly reports fake news. They knowingly report news they know to be untrue. And now more people than ever are seeing that with the whiny and arrogant and frankly petty, rude tactics employed by these hecklers disguised as reporters at every news conference. Now, what you may not know is that at one of the latest press briefings inside the press briefing room in the White House, just before the press conference got started, a White House official ordered CNN White House correspondent Kaitlan Collins to move from her front row seat to the back of the room. Okay, the White House wanted CNN to take a back seat in response to the ridiculous antics that CNN's been engaged in of late, as well as a representation, frankly, of their ratings, which are in a free fall. What Collins did the day before is that she rudely, very rudely interrupted the president when he said that he wasn't going to take any more questions from her. She asked about North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and whether Trump thought he was dead or what was going on. Trump answered it and said he didn't think he died and he intended on moving on to the next question. But this Collins, this heckler disguised as a reporter, interrupted President Trump and demanded to ask a follow-up question when Trump said, no, I let you ask your question. I answered it. I'm moving on. And besides, CNN doesn't report news. You don't tell the truth. So why am I going to waste my time with you? Collins continued to rudely interrupt and try to talk over the president. And he just said, that's it. You're fake news, and that's it. You don't get any more questions, period. So the next day, the White House official wanted the CNN correspondent to switch seats with another reporter who was in the back room and from a D-list, like journalist, that kind of thing. And she was so rude, she didn't deserve to be in the front row. Now, just to show you that the media is a monolith, they both refused. The Marxist monopoly over the mainstream media was on full display when both hecklers disguised as journalists refused to switch seats. And what you have to remember is that the White House Correspondents Association runs the press briefing room, so they decide the seating chart, who sits where. The president and the White House simply don't have any control of where the different correspondents can sit. And so the next day, this is just so brilliant, the next day at the next press briefing, Trump decided to hold the press briefing in the White House Rose Garden. It was a lovely day, sun was shining. And here's the beauty of that move. The White House gets to decide who sits where in the Rose Garden. And guess what they did with CNN? They stuck CNN right in the back row. Again, remember, the back row is reserved for the more, D-list peripheral press, the D-list media outlets, while the front row is reserved for the major representatives of the mainstream media, so ABC, NBC, CBS, New York Times, Washington Post. CNN got placed with local news media, small newsroom reporters. And guess who is the White House correspondent for CNN on that day? Did you guess one? Jim Acosta, who we like to refer to as Jim Acoster. Man, the irony just couldn't be more beautiful. Yes, it was Jim Acosta, freaking Jim the Acoster, who had to suffer the humiliation of sitting in the back row. And the other reporters certainly noticed. Raheem Kassam of the National Post reported on it. He tweeted out that CNN's Acosta's currently right now in the back row, and it's absolutely glorious. And when asked to give a report on it, CNN Acosta, of course, claimed that this was nothing less than Soviet-style totalitarian-like tactics from the president, blah, blah, blah. Now, whether CNN likes it or not, what President Trump did, and what I'm sure he'll continue to do, is indeed reflective of what has happened to CNN of late. CNN has ceased being a news network and instead become a tabloid program. It's a left-wing liberal tabloid program, more akin to the National Enquirer. Just to give you an example of that, a blatant example, just a couple of years ago, CNN speculated as to whether that Malaysian jet that went missing around that time, they speculated whether that jet actually got sucked up into a black hole. I kid you not, Don Lemon devoted a program to whether the missing Malaysian jet disappeared into a black hole. Combine that with the kind of conspiracy theories that were circulating 24/7 around the whole Russian collusion nonsense, the featuring of a creepy porn lawyer dozens and dozens of times as one of their major guests, and you have a complete disconnect between the way CNN bills itself as a reputable news network and the offerings that actually they air on a daily basis. CNN is simply not a reputable news source anymore. They've experienced a significant tabloidization that has compromised irreparably the integrity of their news coverage. Nothing demonstrated that more than the whole Fredo incident. Who could forget Chris Cuomo's total and complete meltdown caught on camera when a couple of guys start harassing Cuomo in public for being a left-wing shill on CNN? He's out in public someplace and they're harassing him and he suffers this complete and total meltdown. Cuomo literally just freaks out and he starts confronting these guys and threatening this one fellow in particular with physical violence. And Cuomo ended up becoming a laughingstock through all this because he faces backlash of ridicule for his justifying his anger because the guy called him Fredo, and Cuomo tried to claim that calling an Italian Fredo is equivalent to the N-word, which of course is utterly ridiculous, and no one bought it, and Fredo was mercilessly ridiculed. But Cuomo's blatant violence was actually justified by CNN. CNN stood by their man, and thus showed that they believe that violence is an appropriate response to the violation of politically correct norms. So if you think it through, it's very, very difficult to even remotely think of CNN as a reputable news network. And let's just say that Jim Acosta has hardly helped in reversing that credibility decline. If anything, he's only hastened it, magnified it, intensified it, and the ratings freefall has been one of the results. So I, for one, am very pleased to see CNN seated right where they belong, in dead last place. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out my video on the riots in France and Macron completely losing control. It's going to absolutely make your day. So make sure to click on the link, and I will see you over there. God bless.